Please close your eyes. So hi friends, a quick recap. Acha, we had done this Mead Fellow. So what is the color for today? Green? Who said green? ठीक है, तो आप बताओ. Who coined the term symbolic interactionism? Herbert Blumer. Bitia. What is symbolic interactionism? I wasn't here. Brother, what is symbolic interactionism? Not revised. Brother, guys, you don't change your shirts, I have seen. Huh? Yeah. Tell me, what is symbolic interactionism? है क्या? What is this theory? Very good. Interaction amongst people takes place through conscious and unconscious communication. Very good. Conscious communication takes place through the exchange of significant symbols. Gesture. ठीक है, absolutely correct. ठीक है, very well expressed. What is the name of the book which contains Mead's ideas? Brother. Beti? Mind, self and society. What do you understand, brother? Yes, by I and the other thing. Me.
Sir, according to me, self consists of two parts, I and me. Me means expectations of society which are internalized by the person.
G. Me means the expectations of the society internalized by the individual. Me gives conformity. Wonderful. It is the novel. I is the novel response of the individual to the expectations of the society. I is impulsive. ठीक है. Very good. अब चलते हैं जीवन में आगे. Any doubts before that? Online students, just type yes if you can hear me and see me all right. This is like Matrix. नहीं क्या था वो? लियोनार्डो डी कैप्रियो की मूवी थी ना, इंसेप्शन. हाँ, सो स्पूकी ना. या एनी डाउट्स? हाँ, सो दिस इज अबाउट आइडेंटिटी फॉर्मेशन. नो, हाउ आर आइडेंटिटी गेट्स फॉर्म्ड. हाँ, इट इज. What is the context in which you are asking? I don't understand. me is conformist. Me, M-E, not M-E-A-D. Of M-E, Mead's concept of me is conformist. Me is the conformist aspect of the self. In other words, what is me? Me is when the individual internalizes the expectations of the society. So the society expects something from me because of the categories in which it has put me. I am a man, I am a middle-aged person, I am of a certain caste, and so on and so forth. Because of which the society has certain expectations from me. And these expectations of the society I have internalized as a part of myself. So I also see myself as a man, middle-aged, and so on and so forth. So it produces conformity. I try to live up to those expectations. It is a part of my self understanding. Okay? Yes. Huh. That is correct.
Because in the upper part, it says mind forms self, and self interact and form society.
Correct.
Can we say that part is that he has taken from psychology?
He is a psychologist, and there he is in agreement with conventional psychology.
Like this part is, can we say it has been taken from psychology?
He is a psychologist after all, so he's in agreement with other psychologists on that front. Yes. These are parallel concepts. Coulé's concept of looking glass self and Mead's understanding, these are parallel concepts. These guys were colleagues and friends actually. So can we equate Weber's method of Verstehen with Mead's concept of role taking for resulting in the formation of the self? The answer to that is yes or no? No. Reason being the two are different. How are the two different? What Weber is talking about is a research method. What the researcher is expected to do while conducting research. According to Weber, what is the subject matter of sociology? What do we have to understand? We have to understand social action. Specifically the meaning that the actors attach to their action. For which Weber advises that the researcher should get into the shoes of the actor to try to decipher the meaning that he attaches. Right? What Mead is talking about, it's not a research method. He is talking about what happens on a daily basis in everyday social interaction. Done not by researchers, but by ordinary people, you and I, in the course of our daily lives. Are you with me? So every person takes up the role of the other to see himself from that person's standpoint. So the end purpose here is not research but formation of the self. Are you with me? And in research you get into the other guy's shoes to understand him, his meanings and motives. Here you get into the other guy's place to develop modify your concept of your self-concept. Okay? So the parallels between the two are somewhat superficial. हाँ? अब चलते हैं जीवन में आगे. Now we are, and mind you, we are now done with much of the theory, the thinker's part, which will provide us with a sound foundation to understand various other social institutions. Now we'll be starting with social institutions one after the other. And in each of these social institutions, we'll be applying these thinkers specifically to functionalist and Marxist approaches. Very broadly, very generally, functional approach will be appreciative, highlighting the benefits or functions or advantages of that institution for the society. Clear? Marxist approach will be critical, highlighting how that particular social arrangement, whether it's the political system, whether it is the education system, religion, etc., benefit who? The haves, or in a capitalist society, the capitalists. ठीक? Weber will keep on making an appearance here and there, ठीक है, while we discuss. So this will be the foundation, and moving on to discussing or starting our understanding of social institutions with what is arguably the most loved and cherished of all social institutions, namely, undoubtedly, it is the family. Family, friends, in our society and culture, does family have an important place? Indian society, Indian culture? Absolutely. Family enjoys literally an elevated position in our scheme of things. Yes or no? पिताजी के एक आदेश पे राम जी ने किंगडम त्याग दिया था. Yes or no? Without a murmur. So, in Indian society and culture, and it's not just an Indian thing, friends. Across the globe, the family is a much loved, much cherished, much celebrated kind of a social institution. ठीक? Like Karan Johar ji has also taught us, it is all about loving your family. Why? What makes family such a celebrated and, it is considered as the bedrock of society. Not just in India, but across cultures, including what we perceive to be the decadent West. Why is family such a celebrated kind of a social institution? Kyun? And not just in the academia, by the members of the public at large. Yes or no? How many of you, let us begin with a simple question, how many of you love your family? Almost unanimously, all of us love our respective family. क्यों? क्यों इतना प्यार है इस फैमिली से? क्या किया है इसने? आप कहोगे सर पूछो क्या नहीं किया? हाँ? बताइए क्या किया है? What is, why do you love the family so much? Unconditional love माता पिता करते हैं. They've inculcated the right kind of values in me. और बताइए. Sorry? यहां आने के काबिल बनाया और यहां आना स्पॉन्सर किया. हाँ, और बताइए. Don't you have ample reasons to love your families, or is it just some sort of a vague this thing? Bitya, you raised your hand, right? They help you to deal with non-family members who are presumably problematic. तो बाहरी दुनिया से कैसे लड़ना है फैमिली ने सिखाया है. और बताइए ब्रदर. सो जब बच्चा परेशान होता है, सुख चैन कहां आता है? मां के आंचल में. आंसू किससे पहुंचता है? मां के आंचल से, है ना? सो नथिंग कैन रिप्लेस मां का आंचल. और बताइए ब्रदर. Family has taught us, like one of the other students also mentioned, inculcated certain values in us, taught us right from wrong. Bitya? So we owe it to them. Literally we owe our very existence to the family. Hum literally we carry the ansh of our family. Brother? Talk in layman terms, forget sociology. Simple भाषा में बताओ. Forget this is a sociology class. We are a group of friends discussing the virtues of the family. हाँ बिटिया. So we are very intimate with our family members. We spend so much of our times in the family. Yes. फैमिली हमारे नखरे उठाती है और दुनिया में कौन उठाएगा बिटिया. Family, two important things she says is the first set of friends we have, and that too, not only the first, also possibly till the last, till the end of our lives. Unlike any other, it is a permanent bond. Yes or no? Absolutely, friends. So, there are a very good number of multiple sound reasons why people, ordinary people like you and I, we love and appreciate our family. Given these multiple benefits that we draw from family, what is your sense? Is the family a universal social institution? Forget can the society exist without it. Is it? Or otherwise? Is the family universal? Before we can comment upon whether the family is universal or not, we should be able to, or we should try to arrive at a basic definition of the family. Then only we can comment whether it is universal or not. ठीक? क्या होता है family? Simple भाषा में. Forget socio. What is family? How will you define it? Yes, anybody? Basic definition, working definition, not like a academic, rigid, yeah. Group of people. A group of people due to blood relations. Incomplete actually. Does a man and his wife have blood relation? But they are in a very important kind of relationship in the family. So either blood relation or relation by marriage. These two. ठीक है. Let us begin with a simple working definition of family. Family क्या होती है? आदमी, औरत और उनके बच्चे. ये होती है फैमिली. इसी चीज को हम थोड़ा इलैबोरेट मैनर में समझेंगे. अकॉर्डिंग टू G.P. Murdoch, G.P. Murdoch, family is a social group characterized by common residence, economic cooperation, and reproduction. Full stop. It involves adults of both sexes. इसमें आदमी भी होते हैं, औरतें भी होती हैं. It involves adults of both sexes, comma, at least two of whom maintain, I repeat, it involves adults of both sexes, at least two of whom maintain a socially approved sexual relationship. At least two of whom maintain a socially approved sexual relationship. Can you give me a simple English word for socially approved sexual relationship? Marriage. What we call marriage. You know? And one or more children of the sexually cohabiting adults. Of the sexually cohabiting adults. ठीक है? Full stop. So simply क्या होती है फैमिली? आदमी, औरत और बच्चे एक छत के नीचे रहते हैं. एटलीस्ट एक कपल होता है या मैरिड यूनिट वो कपल होता है और उनके बच्चे होते हैं. इनमें क्या क्या होता है? कॉमन रेजिडेंस, इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन इन द सेंस मैन विल डू सर्टेन एक्टिविटीज, वुमन विल डू सर्टेन एक्टिविटीज, एंड रिप्रोडक्शन. क्लियर? इसको बोलते हैं फैमिली. What is your sense, friends? Is this unit, आदमी औरत बच्चे unit? It could be bigger. Say you can have 2 adult males with their respective wives. Do we have that kind of a thing in our society? What do we call it? Joint family. Right? So it could be a bigger unit, but this is the most basic. At least one couple will be there. Is this unit called family a universal arrangement? Yes or no? Wonderful. For say yes the way you are, Murdoch conducted a study of 250 different types of societies across the globe. GP Murdoch conducted a study of 250 different types of societies. And these included a wide variety, say at different levels of development, from primitive tribal groups to advanced industrial nations. Are you with me? Across cultures, Hindu समाज में, मुसलमान समाज में, Christians में, Jews में, across geographies, पहाड़ों में, deserts में, cold climes में. And in all these 250 different societies, one thing he found in common, which was the family. That in all societies, the family exists. So based on a study of 250 societies, Murdoch concluded that family is a universal social institution. It is present in all societies. Why? What makes family a universal? Why is it present in all societies? It must be performing some vital functions. Sorry? One could always argue that. But the family, according to Murdoch, exists in every known society because it performs 4 vital functions. What are these 4 vital functions that family performs in every society? These are the sexual function, excuse me, the reproductive function, the educational function, and the economic function. Sexual, reproductive, educational, and economic functions are performed by the family. Thank you. धन्यवाद बेटा. What are these functions? Isn't the sexual and the reproductive function same? Yes or no? The answer is no, they are not. Please appreciate all sex does not result in reproduction. Yes or no? And thank God for that. Otherwise, we would be many times over the world's population. The sexual function basically means what? That family provides a mechanism for the satisfaction of the sex need. There is a biological need for sex that humans have, which is satisfied by or in the institution of family. So the family enables the individual members to satisfy their sexual need. Every person is assigned a spouse. Yes or no? Or a socially approved partner for the fulfillment of their sexual need. Not only the family enables the expression and satisfaction of the sexual need, it also channelizes the sexual expression in a very safe manner. It ensures that sexual energy is channelized and expressed safely. Safely means what, friends? See, if there were no, family restricts your ability to express your sexual desires or whatever, right? You can only do so with your spouse. Yes or no? Which means what? That it contains our sexual expression. Contains or bounds it within the institution of marriage. Imagine a society where there were no restrictions on sexual behavior. What will happen? It will disrupt the society. It will disrupt the society. Simply, friends, दो दोस्तों में दरार कब आ जाती है? कब आ जाती है? जब मतलब sexual jealousy is very potent and it is a very potentially disruptive force. Are you with me? So, marriage में क्या होता है? One person is assigned another person for the whole society to know that this person has exclusive sexual access to this person and vice versa. Are you with me? So, everybody's sexual energy is safely channelized within the institution of marriage. Okay? That is the sexual function of family. The second is the reproductive function of the family. Reproductive function क्या है? Every society needs new members. And how are those new members produced? They are reproduced. Yes or no? By whom? Family. So family ensures reproduction, which is necessary for the continuation of the society. Simply. समाज को चलते रहने के लिए बच्चे चाहिए. बच्चे परिवार करता है. ठीक? Third is the educational function. Educational function matlab what we call primary socialization is done by the family. Primary socialization matlab the first learning that we receive is from family. Family teaches us the basics of social life, teaching us the most elementary of things like potty training, that you don't defecate or urinate everywhere, you do it at a designated place. कौन सिखाता है? Family. Language. For further learning you require language. Language कौन सिखाता है? Family. Yes or no? It teaches us these are edible objects, these are not edible objects. It teaches us gender. Yes or no? That तुम लड़का हो, तुम लड़की हो. लड़का हो इसलिए these are the kind of clothes you will wear. लड़की हो तो you will wear other types of clothes. You will play with these kind of toys or you will play with these kinds of activities. Yes or no? So gender का notion, खाने पीने का, कपड़ों की समझ, language, potty training, everything, ये सब पहली सीख हमें कौन देता है? Family. What we call primary socialization. Clear? So जब बच्चा पैदा होता है लिटरली जानवर समान होता है, उसको इंसान कौन बनाता है? Family. Through primary socialization. ठीक? And then you have finally the economic function. Economic function means a division of labor in the family. For example, in all societies, including ours, do we have, say, the adult male entrusted with certain responsibilities and the adult female with certain other? For example, who is the primary breadwinner of the family? The adult male, the father figure. And who is the primary caregiver? Nurturing to the young, to the elderly, the sick. It is the adult female, the mother-wife figure. Right? So there is a certain division of labor and cooperation for the performance of different tasks amongst the members of the family. ठीक? ठीक है? Now tell me, friends. So Murdoch's argument is that family is universally present in all societies because it performs 4 vital functions: sexual, reproductive, educational and economic functions. Now tell me, does the family perform these functions exclusively? Is it only the family which is engaged in the performance of these functions? Yes or no? The answer is clearly no. The family does not perform these functions exclusively. In other words, there are other institutions who are also engaged in performing these functions. For example, economic function, division of labor, cooperation, is also being performed in offices and factories and, yes or no, retail stores, etc. The educational function is also performed by schools and colleges and universities. Yes or no? The satisfaction of the sexual need also is undertaken by other ways, such as prostitution or premarital sex, adultery, etc. Outside of marriage, people satisfy the sex need. ठीक? So clearly the family is not solely performing these tasks. But Murdoch suggests that the family is performing these tasks very efficiently. The family performs these functions very efficiently in every society. So it's like a multi-purpose device, multi-utility kind of a device. He compares it to that, that I don't know what you call it now. You have that thing, right, where you have a scissor also and a chakku also and a lot of things. That 6, 8, 10 things that come out of a Swiss knife kind of a thing. It's like that. It's like a multi-purpose Swiss knife kind of a arrangement. Multi-utility, very handy and very useful for the society. ठीक? Which accounts for or which explains its presence in all kinds of societies across the globe. ठीक? This is what Murdoch says. Do you agree with him? Is Murdoch right in claiming that family is universal? Or any sort of counter-examples, counter-arguments come to one's mind, which perhaps seem to suggest that Murdoch was wrong. Bitya? Orphanages. So a lot of children do not live with parents, grow up in orphanages. और बताइए? Single parent families, where you have, say, an adult female raising her children all by herself without a husband. That would be a counter example he's suggesting to Murdoch's claim that the family is universal. Yes? Yeah? Very interesting, yeah? People are co-parenting without, say, being sexual partners or married or, but just co-parenting. Very interesting. I'll need to read up more on this. Where did you come across this thing? 4 More Shots, web series. Lot of movies. Like? And this is on which, this thing? Amazon Prime. ठीक है, I'll watch it. Don't watch it? I'm not asking you to criticize. I'm asking you to comment upon the universality of the family or otherwise. No, actually it does. He does talk about adoption. Okay, those children are recognized socially as the children of the couple, whether they are biological or not. Okay, to be fair to Murdoch. Brother? Same-sex marriages. As we speak in India, we are debating legalizing same-sex marriages or unions. So Murdoch says it is adults of both sexes, but usme to there will be a husband and a husband, or a wife and a wife. Simpler language. There's the practice of visiting husbands amongst the Nayars. Are you a Nayar? Achha, you said amongst us Nayars or something like that, so I was wondering. ठीक है. But Nayars also, Nayar family does not fall in this conventional family definition of Murdoch. Live-in relationships. So a live-in relationship might be without social approval of the sexual relationship. Bilkul. Beti? Bilkul. The Nayars is not like, does not fall in the conventional understanding of marriage and family. Transgenders. So in certain primitive groups, there may not be restrictions on sexual behavior that are, that typify the typical marriage and family. Like kibbutz in Israel, absolutely. Community living, yes. Why? So Murdoch's definition does not emphasize upon monogamous unions. Okay, he says adults of both sexes, at least two of whom are in a socially approved sexual relation. So polygamy will be included in Murdoch's definition. Okay, so there are several examples which seem to suggest, right? Many of those you guys have given. Some of them I'll also be sharing. But many such examples seem to suggest that perhaps Murdoch was not right while claiming that the family is universal. For example, friends, amongst poor blacks in the United States of America, heading लिख लो कि Murdoch के aspect की whether family is universal we are discussing, criticisms or disagreements, points to suggest that it is not universal. Amongst poor blacks in the US, as many as 30%, 30% amongst poor blacks in the US, about 30% of all units are female headed. In other words, the adult male is absent in these units. It's a adult female staying with her dependent children. Sorry? I'm repeating since there seems to be some confusion. Amongst poor blacks in the US, 30% of the units are headed by women. The adult male is absent. Okay? In these women headed units, it's only an adult woman staying with her dependent children. Clear? Murdoch defined family as adults of both sexes and their dependent children. But you don't have an adult male in these units. Clear? Seems to suggest that you don't find family as Murdoch defines it here. In the kibbutz is what? A section of the population in Israel lives in these communities called kibbutz. It's a way of life of some Jewish communities in Israel. Spelling of? अरे ये चल नहीं रहा क्या? God, wait, मैं तो चला रहा हूँ इसमें. Here. तभी. Kibbutz. दिख रहा है ना अब तो? हाँ. In the kibbutz, friends, kibbutz is basically a system of community living in Israel. Okay? Very small communities, these are 800,000, 2,000 people odd. That's the size of the group. And this is also on its way out. This kibbutz system is vanishing. Nonetheless, what they had was that man, woman were in a socially approved sexual relationship. They used to dwell together in a unit. But the children born of this union, they did not stay with their biological parents. The children were regarded as the children of the kibbutz, the whole community, rather than Mr. and Mrs. so-and-so. Okay? They were also raised by the community, rather than their biological parents. In the kibbutz, children were raised by and regarded as the children of the kibbutz, instead of their biological parents. ठीक? Again seems to suggest, Murdoch said what? Family is what? Man, woman and children. But children don't live with their parents in the kibbutz. Then same-sex unions was mentioned by some of us in the discussion also. In many societies, same-sex unions are now legally recognized. Right? But again, Murdoch's definition was what? Family is adults of both sexes. Yes or no? But in a gay marriage, there would be no adult woman. And in a same-sex marriage, you cannot have children born of that union. Right? Again, seems to be an exception to Murdoch's claim that marriage, a man, woman, children unit is universal. Likewise, sex workers in many cultures, transgenders, orphans, monks, celibates. Yes or no? Celibates are brahmacharis, those who don't get married. Right? Monks matlab sants and sadhus. ठीक? Orphans हो गए, so many examples. Single parent families हो गए, है ना? Single person households हो गए, right? All of these seem to suggest that all right, these seem to be counter examples to Murdoch's claim. Now tell me friends, ध्यान से सुनना और बताना, having appreciated these counter examples, are you satisfied that Murdoch was wrong when he claimed that the family is universal? Are these counter claims, counter examples good enough to puncture Murdoch's claim that the family is universal? Not satisfied? Why? These things do exist, then why not? No, these were. Everything from prostitution to same-sex unions to kibbutz system, all of them were very much present. Murdoch was writing well in the 20th century only. He is not like some archaic figure. Very importantly, friends, these are mere exceptions to the rule. And exceptions don't make a rule. Yes or no? Say monks, celibates. In any society, sex workers, these constitute a fraction of the total population. Yes or no? In all societies which have prostitutes or celibates or monks, the wider population, the wider society, does it have a family system? You bet it does. और जो आज के दिन मंक है या प्रोस्टिट्यूट है या कुछ भी है, वो भी कहां से आए थे? फैमिली. They were also born to families. Right? When you say that 30% of the units amongst poor blacks in the US did not have an adult male, what does it also mean? 70% did have an adult male. Even amongst poor blacks, the norm is man, woman, wife. Yes or no? But what about, say, the single parent family, or a same-sex couple? Do they belie Murdoch's claim? Do they prove Murdoch wrong? No. Please appreciate for that unit. Say if it's a man living with another man, his spouse, in a same-sex marriage. If you ask them, आपकी फैमिली में कौन है? क्या बोलेगा वो? मेरे वो हैं. Yes or no? The members of that unit see that unit as a family. So perhaps Murdoch's definition is a tad too rigid or too conventional. Are you with me? But if you're willing to somehow expand your understanding of what constitutes a family beyond Murdoch's conventional definition, then family in some modified form or the other does appear to be a universal social institution. In the kibbutz also, the children did not stay with the parents, but they did share a special bond with their biological parents. समझ रहे हैं आप? The marital couple did stay in a socially approved sexual relationship in a single dwelling unit. ठीक है? So Murdoch's definition may be bit too conventional and too rigid, but his claim that family is a universal institution seems to be quite on the mark. Family in some form or the other does seem to exist in all societies. ठीक? Now with industrialization and क्या नाम है तुम्हारा modernization, one debate sprang up, that is the family losing its importance? Why did this question arise? Because with modernization and industrialization, it seemed that several specialized institutions have arisen. मैं लिखवा दूंगा, समझ तो लो please. Specialized institutions have arisen which have taken over several of the functions which were earlier being performed by the family. In pre-industrial society, the family was doing a lot of things. The argument was that, but in modern society, the family is not doing as many things for the society. Why? Because other arrangements have come up, specialized arrangements have come up, which are now performing those functions. For example, in pre-modern society, family had a psychological function. It met the psychological needs of the members. Are you with me? But in modern industrial societies, trained professional psychiatrists have taken up this function. Are you with me? Pre-modern society में अगर आप परेशान हो, क्या करोगे? परिवार वालों से बात कर लोगे. Modern societies में, you may have seen it in Western movies and web series and serials. उन सबका एक अपना श्रिंक होता है. समझ रहे हैं आप? कोई परिवार में सुनने वाला नहीं है, दुख दर्द बांटने वाला नहीं है, तो वो पैसे देंगे $200 है ना वो, और उसको जाके अपना दुखड़ा सुनाएंगे. Are you with me? So professional psychiatrists have replaced family for the performance of this function, this psychological function. Likewise, in pre-modern society, the family performed what we call the welfare function. If somebody was crippled, disabled, if somebody was unemployed, if somebody was aging, who would take care? It was their family members, or the family as a unit, who would take care of the various needs of the disabled, the unemployed, the elderly, etc. Right? But in modern industrialized societies, who has taken up this role? The welfare state has taken up the welfare function. Are you with me? So the welfare state will give you an unemployment allowance or so on and so forth. Free health care for the elderly and so on and so forth. Are you with me? In pre-modern societies, the family performed a recreational function. Are you with me? So you had these large extended families and traditional joint kind of structures in pre-industrial society with large number of members. The children would play with other children in the family. The women would gossip, cliched, but with other women in the family. The men would share a hookah with other men of the family. But in modern industrial societies, अब कोई है नहीं, you are a man, woman, child unit. So where will the men go for recreation? Recreation मतलब खाली टाइम में सोशल क्या करोगे? टाइम पास कैसे करोगे? Sorry? Yes, you do it, say, in clubs, in pubs. Are you with me? Women क्या करेंगी? किटी पार्टी करेंगी. Children. So children in modern families, you know what we guys have started doing? Like I have 2 daughters, but a lot of other families in my children's school, they are single child units. So they seek play dates. बच्चों के play dates कराते हैं हम लोग. हाँ, कि घर में कोई बच्चे के पास खेलने के लिए है नहीं. आपका बच्चा भी अकेला है, मेरा बच्चा भी अकेला है, चलो इनको मिला के खिला देते हैं. ठीक है? हाँ. प्ले डेट्स होते हैं ऐसे. समझ रहे हैं? सो हाँ, दुनिया बहुत आगे बढ़ गई है. ठीक है. So point is, specialized arrangements and institutions have divested the family of many of its earlier functions. Clear? And before you guys get too antsy, लिख लो. है ना? दैट्स व्हाट्स बॉदरिंग यू. अंदर ही अंदर खाए जा रहा है. समझा तो दिया, ठीक है. लिखेंगे कैसे? सो लिखो. It is popularly perceived that with modernization and industrialization, structural differentiation has taken place. Structural differentiation has taken place. Full stop. Numerous specialized institutions and arrangements, numerous specialized institutions have arisen which have taken over many functions that were earlier performed by the family. ठीक. ठीक है. So this is the dictated part. And so tell me, friends, in light of this discussion, what is your sense? Is family a relatively less important social institution for the modern society? Simply put, family is doing fewer things for the society. So the society is less dependent on the family. Is that a correct analysis? मन नहीं मान रहा कि फैमिली को हम लेस इंपॉर्टेंट मान लें, है ना? यस ब्रदर. You are agreeing with this formulation broadly, you saying? Betty? So you're saying not just the family, all institutions have lost some value. Huh? That's what you seem to be suggesting. Brother?
Sir, it depends on the geography. Sir, if I say about rural area, there is still much.
We're talking about modern industrial society. It has. Brother?
I'm not really sure what my argument is. Then maybe the outer functions can be like delegated to other industrial institutions, but some primary central core functions
Core functions you say are
not delegated.
cannot be delegated. Absolutely, and that is also the argument of Talcott Parsons. Parsons suggests that the nuclear family retains two basic and irreducible functions in modern industrial society. क्या the family retains two basic and irreducible functions. In modern industrial society, what you were calling core functions or है ना, irreducible matlab they cannot be taken away from the family. So according to Parsons, the family is not any less valuable in modern society because the society continues to depend on the family for the performance of two basic and irreducible functions. What are these basic and irreducible functions, friends? First is the primary socialization of the young. Primary socialization of the young. Basically, to raise a child, you need a family. Why? Because, if you've been with a very small child, 0, 1, 2 years, okay, and been involved in their raising, have you guys had that experience? How is it as an experience? It's a horrible experience. Okay? It takes a toll on you, very bluntly. ठीक है? उस जानवर को इंसान बनाना एक माइटी टफ काम होता है. Not just tough. Please appreciate, for example, you are teaching them the basics of social life, and they will puke on you, which is disgusting to say the least. Yes or no? You will teach them and drill in them again and again and again ki A for apple, A for apple, A for apple. And they'll say A for bat. It takes a hell lot of patience to deal with children during their years of primary socialization. And for the children to be able to learn, they require an atmosphere of love, care and trust. अगर सिखाने वाला झिल्ला गया तो बच्चा कभी सीख नहीं पाएगा. प्लीज अप्रिशिएट. तो बच्चे को बर्दाश्त केवल परिवार वाले ही कर सकते हैं. ओनली द फैमिली कैन प्रोवाइड दैट एटमॉस्फेयर ऑफ लव, केयर, नर्चरिंग दैट इज essential for primary socialization. Are you with me? So it is what Parsons regards as a basic and irreducible function of the family. अभी और कोई नहीं कर सकता. इसलिए अगर आप अब लालच में क्या होता है ना, स्कूल्स ने छोटे छोटे लेवल शुरू कर दिए हैं. प्राइमरी, प्री प्राइमरी, किंडरगार्टन, पता नहीं 100, 5-6 पहले लगा दिए. बट फिर भी वो क्या कहते हैं, बेसिक ट्रेनिंग के बाद भेजना. बेसिक ट्रेनिंग के बाद भेजना वो हम नहीं बर्दाश्त कर सकते. प्रोफेशनल्स या पैसे के लिए, व्हाटएवर. आर यू विद मी? क्लियर? सो फर्स्ट बेसिक एंड irreducible function is primary socialization of the young. The second is stabilization of adult personalities. Stabilization of adult personalities. What we mean here, friends, basically, see, in modern industrial society, when adults go about doing their tasks in their course of their professional lives, in the outside world, they are never appreciated fully or for what they really truly are. It's only a very small fraction of our person which finds expression in our other social interactions. Are you with me? For example, if I am interacting with you guys, the only dimension of my life that you are concerned about is my ability to teach sociology. And that's all that matters to you. Nothing else. Right? When I go to a shop to purchase something, all that matters to the shopkeeper is my purchasing power, that I have money to pay him for the products or services that he's rendering to me. When I'm dealing with my staff, all they care about is that I pay their salaries on time and fully and provide a conducive work environment. Yes or no? तो प्रणय कौन है? ये तो किसी ने जाना ही नहीं. Except family. So when I go back to my family after a day's toil, my 5-year-old, she will run to me and hug me tightly. Not because I teach sociology well, or because I make a certain amount of money, or because I am a good paymaster, or this or that. She appreciates me for what? Just for what I really am. Are you with me? While other relationships in the society only deal with a partial aspect of my personality. And this is very important. Why? It stabilizes our personalities as adults. It recharges us to face this transactional, impersonal world again the next day. Are you with me? तो पूरा दिन हम दुनिया से जूझते हैं, अच्छे टीचर बनके, अच्छे एम्प्लॉयर बनके, एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. एंड देन घर जाके वी रिचार्ज आवर बैटरीज, बच्ची के, बीवी के, माता पिता के प्यार से. एंड देन नेक्स्ट डे अगेन वी आर रेडी टू बी गुड टीचर्स एंड डॉक्टर्स एंड एम्प्लॉयर्स एंड एम्प्लॉईज. आर यू विद मी? ब्लंटली पुट, बच्चों को और बड़ों को, दोनों को require an atmosphere of love, care and warmth, which is available only in the institution of family in the modern industrial society. Yes or no? हम सबको प्यार की जरूरत है. जो कौन पूरी करता है? परिवार. So according to Parsons, the two basic and irreducible functions that the family, nuclear family, continues to perform in modern industrial society are A, the primary socialization of the young and the stabilization of adult personalities. So the society continues to remain very dependent upon the family for the performance of these two very vital functions. Clear? इसीलिए करण जौहर जी ने हमें सिखाया था कि इट्स ऑल अबाउट लविंग योर फैमिली. ठीक? With that, we take a yes, very appropriately timed kind of a break. Please settle down, friends. Very briefly, summarize the functional views of the family. Anybody? According to Murdoch, family is a universal social institution and it is functional for the society, performing 4 vital functions, namely sexual, reproductive, economic and educational functions. The family doesn't do these tasks exclusively but performs them very efficiently. Parsons suggests that with industrialization and modernization, while specialized institutions have emerged, but the nuclear family retains 2 basic and irreducible functions, namely the primary socialization of the young and the stabilization of adult personalities. ठीक है? इसीलिए हमें करण जौहर जी ने कहा था कि it's all about loving your family. But tell me, friends, is family life a bed of roses? Is it this very rosy picture which Karan Johar movies portray? Yeah, movie also wasn't rosy. कहाँ गया वो? हाँ, ये रहा. This is family life. ठीक? Family relationships aren't always very healthy and nurturing. They can also be very toxic. It's not that people have this, the loving embrace of the family, which stabilizes adult personalities and helps in the... Look at their constipated faces. Yeah. This is what families do to us. Are you with me? And do you agree? Can you personally identify with these dimensions of family life? Now I will be discussing why we should not love our families. Anything from personal experience. Any way you feel you are a victim of your family, प्लीज शेयर. बताइए बेटा, पैसे कम देते हैं और पेरेंट्स कहते होंगे कितने पैसे मांगता है. हाँ बेटी, so family emasculates. Huh? We cannot share a lot of things with the family. Yeah? We cannot share a lot of things with the family. Is there anything you can share with this class which you cannot share with the family? नहीं, इतना भी नहीं. हाँ? Yes. हमें मतलब आप कौन हो? ब्रदर का लव मैरिज हुआ. हाँ, so it's a very difficult situation what I gather, because of a love marriage against social norms and stuff. तो ना उनको रखते साथ में बनता, ना उनको दूर करके बनता. Brother, and mind you, all what will be shared here must be drawn from personal experience. Okay? Don't put it on theories and studies and stories and reports. Or if you don't want to own up to it, you can say हमारे neighbors में, we'll understand. ठीक है? Yeah, tell me. So family is not this selfless love there is a definite payback which is expected, है ना? So all of us have been told, हमारे माँ बाप ने कितनी मेहनत करके, खून पसीना एक करके तुम्हें तो सारी सुविधाएं दी हैं. Yes or no? I don't know how, but somehow सबके माँ बाप स्ट्रीट लाइट में पढ़ते थे. 10 किलोमीटर स्कूल जाते थे. Everybody had a tough life and we guys are the spoiled generation. Brother. You are not allowed to express yourself in the family. What do they tell you? Shut up. Yes, that your opinion doesn't count. You are not grown up enough. बड़ों के बीच में मत बोलो बेटी. इंडिविजुअलिटी खो जाती है. कैसे खोई आपकी, बताओ. हाँ, नहीं, अपने बारे में ही बोलना है. सुनी सुनाई नेबर्स. हाँ. जी, it's always the neighbors. Brother. Give some example. My parents believe homosexuality is a disease, something I disagree with. शर्मा जी का लड़का, बिल्कुल. Nothing more toxic than शर्मा जी का proverbial लड़का. बेटी. Children, whatever parents are unable to, very bluntly she's put it, parents are unable to achieve, they try to realize their dreams through children. That's why we are here. That's why we all are here. To fulfill our parents' aspirations. निकाल दो सारी भड़ास आज. Like? So a lot of policing by the family, restrictions on mobility and सांस लेना तक. Yes or no? सब दुर्भर कर देते हैं. Brother. They emotionally blackmail? Give us, share some emotional blackmail. Like how?
I wanted to take humanities in my 11th.
Oh.
But they said that we taught you because of this. You are trying to go out of this and that.
Yes. How many of us have succumbed to that emotional blackmail and pressure? कि तुम हमारा प्रोडक्ट हो, है ना? And you must be this thing. Otherwise you are the biggest ehsan faramosh and, right? Absolutely. बेटी. It teaches you discrimination, like he mentioned, against LGBTQIA+. Gender-based discrimination, family teaches you. Caste-based discrimination, she is saying, family teaches you. Religion-based. So a lot of anti-Muslim hate that we see. कौन उसका फाउंडेशन है इंडिया में? फैमिली. हाँ. Growing up in a joint family, she says, is traumatizing, guys. Especially when Papa and Chacha ji or Tau ji have business together. So business के issues घर में आ जाते हैं, which creates a problem for everyone. Strained. Every relationship gets disturbed and strained. Because of considerations of property and batwara and the works. Yeah? This one she is owning up to. So unnecessary imposition and control by parents. बिल्कुल. So, the child gets confused because of conflicting parental pressures and expectations. Brother? It is the source of corruption. इंसान क्यों करता है करप्शन? फैमिली के लिए करता है. इसीलिए तो मूडी जी, योगी जी, are a class apart. No family, no corruption. Yeah. So they are dismissive of the opinions of some family members, particularly on the basis of age. बेटी, कितना भी अच्छा कर लो, ये लोग कभी सेटिस्फाई होते ही नहीं. कुछ भी अचीव कर लो, है ना. अगर आईपीएस बन जाओगे तो कहेंगे हाँ आईएएस बन जाता तो बढ़िया हो जाता. आईएएस भी बन जाओगे ना, कहेंगे हाँ टॉप 10 में रैंक आ जाती ना तो बढ़िया हो जाता. नथिंग एवर सैटिस्फाइज दीज पीपल whom we call family. और बताओ, कोई भी भड़ास बची हो? ब्रदर? They do not encourage the flourishing of creativity and individuality. Why do you say that? Yeah, personal. It's all personal. लड़का हाथ से निकल गया and absolutely. So they will try to box you in certain categories and expect you to live your life by those rigid rules and boundaries. Brother, क्या किया आपके परिवार ने? Can you give us an example? Yeah. So family is a bundle of contradictions. No consistency in their sage advice. Beti? बिल्कुल. So families can be cruel. If you don't conform to the diktats of the family can be quite क्या बोलते हैं, बदला लेने वाली को, what's in English? Vengeful kind of this thing. बिटिया? So it's a one-way street with the family. Yes, absolutely. ठीक है. So family is not, based on open communication. Brother. Guys, no crosstalk, please. किसी? So why is that problematic? तो बढ़िया है ना? Guys, सुनो तो. It's important. Guys, please. Yes. तो मैं पेरेंट्स को मेरे से बुरा कोई नहीं होगा. अच्छा, हाँ, उगलवाते हैं फैमिली मेंबर्स, वेरी ऑफ्टन उगलवाते हैं, और अगर उगल देते तो ठीक कर देते हैं. हाँ बेटी. गाइस, ओ माय. And especially if the two children are of the same sex. Very problematic. हाँ, क्या होता है उसमें? कोई नहीं, she speaks for a lot of us. हाँ. ठीक है. So mothers or parents in general can make a distinction between children. They instill a sense of competition amongst their children. Yes or no? They show preferential treatment towards one child over the other. For example, lot of firstborns or elder children are constantly told that तुम बड़े हो, तुम एडजस्ट करो. Yes or no? And छोटे को ज्यादा लाड़ प्यार अटेंशन, गलतियां being glossed over kind you have. Yes or no? Who has it better in the family in general? The younger child or the elder child? Younger? Elder? Why elder? So elder child is, kind of, एक तो but they are made to grow up too fast. तुम बड़े हो, तुम्हें बच्चा पैदा हुआ नहीं, उसको बड़ा जरूर बोल देते हैं the moment a younger sibling is born. But on the greener side, for the elder child, they have greater muscle power. वो छोटे को पीट सकते हैं, and पीटते हैं, उठा के फेंक देते हैं. Yes or no? So family dynamics work both ways. हाँ, और बताओ brother, and why are we only targeting parents? Why not our siblings? हाँ, उनसे बहुत असली प्यार है क्या हमें? हाँ. He wanted to play guitar in Durga Puja Pandal during the festivities with his friends, and his family was initially supportive and encouraging. Yeah, it went slightly awry for whatever reasons. The music system was faulty. Huh? तो क्या किया परिवार ने? कोड़े मारे या what? Like what was it? Huh? तो तुमने क्यों पूजा को माहौल खराब किया और नाक कटा दी and all of that? Huh? Families can be so unforgiving. Huh? गिटार ही छोड़ दिया. See, thanks to the family. Absolutely, friends. So families can be these very, very toxic, very, very full of negative energy. They can be hotbeds of tension, anxiety, even depression and mental sickness. So much so. In other words, now we'll be discussing various dysfunctions of the family. Various theories, scholars, writings on dysfunctional aspects or negative aspects of family, starting with Vogel and Bell. Now Vogel and Bell, they studied schizophrenic children. Schizophrenic children. You understand schizophrenia? It's a mental disorder, a serious mental condition where children, or even as adults you can have it. So they, for example, they imagine friends, or they have conversations with non-existent imaginary beings and entities. There's this movie, A Beautiful Mind, if you've seen it, in which they show a schizophrenic that, what's the name of that fellow? John Nash, a brilliant mathematician who was schizophrenic. But it's a mental disorder, broadly, a serious mental condition. So Vogel and Bell, they studied schizophrenic children and they concluded that the schizophrenia was because of their loving families. Children had become schizophrenic because of the family environment. Imagine that. So what happens, according to Vogel and Bell, children are made an emotional scapegoat. Children are made emotional scapegoats. Scapegoat literally means bali ka bakra. Bali, not gali. Gali का कुछ और होता है, बकरा बलि का होता है. ठीक है? Children are made an emotional scapegoat of unresolved parental conflict. Meaning what? Simply put, लड़ाई होती है पति पत्नी की, पिटता कौन है? बच्चे. Yes or no? So any parental conflicts, a conflict with the spouse is projected onto the child. For example, say when a couple fight, okay, and they have a small son. So after that fight, the mother figure, the mother wife, she will go to the son and attack. You have all those qualities which I despise in your father. एकदम अपने बाप जैसा हो रहा है. Yes or no? Now this scapegoating of the child, is it functional or dysfunctional? It is functional for the family. The emotional scapegoating of the child is functional for the family. It is even functional for the society. The scapegoating of the child is functional for the family unit and for the society as a whole. Why is it functional for the society or the family? The family unit is stabilized. बच्चे को पीट पाट के भड़ास निकल गई, फिर हम हो गए एक कपल. Are you with me? It is functional for the society also. Why? Having projected your anger, your unresolved conflicts onto the child, the adult members of the family can go about their business. Being a dedicated sociology teacher, or doctor, or professor, or whatever. Yes or no? In a lighter vein. Are you with me? You can go about doing your business as a productive member of the society. But this emotional scapegoating is obviously dysfunctional for the child. So it may be functional for the parents, for the society as a whole, but it is dysfunctional for the child. It can scar the children emotionally, sometimes for life. In these cases, the children developed escape mechanisms like schizophrenia. Bluntly, the family can literally drive you crazy. परिवार आपको बावला कर सकता है. ठीक? Kind of an escape from those conditions of family life. The children develop this mental disorder. They created their own fake world. Are you with me? Edmund Leach. Edmund Leach. Now, Leach does not criticize the family per se, but he criticizes the nuclear family in modern industrial society. He is critical of the nuclear family in modern society. Now, Leach compares the nuclear family in modern society to an overloaded electrical circuit. To an overloaded electrical circuit. See, in pre-modern, pre-industrial societies, you had larger family units, you had extended kinship networks. Say you had kind of a joint family system, the extended relatives were very important. There was community living, neighborhoods were, tightly knit. Are you with me? In pre-modern societies. So what would happen in pre-modern societies? If one relationship is not satisfying, other relationships could be a source of satisfaction or could fill a void. Are you with me? So you had some support structures. The individual had some cushioning. Are you with me? That would help them deal with life. For example, say in a pre-modern traditional society, a husband and wife do not get along, right? What will happen? The wife, she may find some solace in her other relationships. She can bitch about her husband with her जेठानी और देवरानी. मेरे पति भी ऐसे ही करते हैं, तुम्हारे भी ऐसे ही करते हैं. Are you with me? Her sasurji may lend a sympathetic ear. Are you with me? Her devar may pamper her. कि चलो भाभी आपको मेला घुमा लाता. Very cliched, but whatever. Are you with me? So she may find a friend in her devar and a person to have a heart-to-heart talk in her devrani or jethani, and so on and so forth. Theek? But in the modern nuclear family, now what has happened, that extended kinship network is not there. Community living is not there. कौन बचा है? That husband, wife and small children unit called the nuclear family. So all one's expectations are from this limited number of persons in the family unit. Are you with me? So I have, for my wife in the nuclear family in modern society, I have to be her provider. But not just that, I also have to be her friend. I have to be her partner for recreational activities. Movie देखने जाना है, किसके साथ जाऊंगी? आप चलो. शॉपिंग करनी है, साड़ी पसंद करनी है, कौन दिलाएगा? आप चलो. मैं बहुत टेंशन में हूं, बात करनी है, दुखड़ा रोना है, कौन सुनेगा? आप सुनो. कमा के भी लाओ. अरे नहीं होता इतना कुछ हैंडल. Simply. Are you with me? So the modern nuclear family becomes like an overloaded electrical circuit. It is overburdened with expectations. Yes or no? Sabka personal experience in modern society. Sorry? Neighbors ka. So the nuclear family unit gets overburdened with expectations which can never be fulfilled. तो क्या होगा? कलेश. ये जो इलेक्ट्रिकल ओवरलोडेड इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्किट है, इसको क्या होगा? It will fuse. Yes or no? Leading to conflicts and tensions within the family. लड़ाई झगड़े होंगे, पति पत्नी एक दूसरे के बाल नोचेंगे. ठीक. Leach also argues, may I continue? Or you want me to pause? Leach further argues that the nuclear family erects barriers between its members and the wider society. The family erects psychological barriers between its members and the wider society. What kind of barriers? What does the family tell you? You cannot. You guys, most of you have come from outside Delhi. What is the one advice that was given to you by the family? किसी को trust मत करना. Yes or no? Why? The world out there is menacing, cruel, selfish. तुम्हें नोच के लोग खा जाएंगे, literally, figuratively. It is out there to get you. And this conditioning to develop a mistrust of the world outside Outside matlab outside of the family. Yes or no? It starts from the very early childhood. From the very childhood we are taught. Have you guys all heard of the Bori wala Baba? Who lurks around the every street corner in India? What does he do? एक बोरी वाला बाबा घूमता है जो छोटे बच्चों को उठा के ले जाता है. So what is this बोरी वाला बाबा symbolic of? The outside, the wider society. Are you with me? So, because of this, we are unable to develop any relationships based on trust. We are unable to establish any deep and meaningful bonds with the other members of the society. किसने हमें conditioning किया ऐसे? Family ने. Now that you've come to Delhi, say you are traveling by metro. What do you do if somebody smiles at you, a stranger, in the metro? You become wary. डर जाते हो. क्यों कर रहा है smile? Yes or no? Girls will particularly get, say, scared कि भैया it's a sexual advance. भैया it's an innocuous smile. So what will you do? Will you smile back? No. You will maintain a very poker face, kind of a, yes or no? So you'll wonder, सामने वाला क्यों smile कर रहा है? क्या चाहिए इसको मुझसे? Even if you're a guy, you'll think कहीं बटुआ तो नहीं मार लिया. Yes or no? Yeah, you could also interpret it as a sexual advance. कि आजकल बहुत होमोपंथी चल रही है. And this guy is showing an interest in me. So he is out there. The world outside is basically not worthy of trust. That's what the family has taught us. It has sown deep inside our psyche seeds of mistrust, suspicion, and antipathy towards our fellow human beings. हम सबको किस निगाह से देखते हैं? सब लोग चोर हैं. मंदिर के बाहर चप्पल तक उतार के जाते हैं. भगवान में कम, चप्पल में ज्यादा ध्यान होता है. पता नहीं क्या हीरे मोती जड़े हैं, बट चप्पल ले जाएंगे लोग. है और लोगों को और कोई काम नहीं है, मेरी चप्पल ही सबसे बेशकीमती है, वही ले जाएंगे. So we simply have developed this kind of a society where we have the family as an institution has erected these psychological barriers between its members and wider society. Whom can you trust according to the family? Family tells you कि बेटा सिर्फ वो भी पेरेंट्स को, भाई वगैरह को भी नहीं. Yes or no? तुम्हारे एक ही हितैषी है दुनिया में, कौन? हम. So you only trust the family. And then rising expectations पूरी नहीं होंगी, फोड़ो सर. Are you with me? So if you want to form durable bonds, reaffirm your connections with the wider humanity, you need to break these barriers erected by family. ठीक, ऐसी फैमिली को प्यार करेंगे हम? बताओ. आरडी लेंग, he says members of a family are like gangsters. भाई लोग. So how do things work in the gangster world? In the underworld, भाई लोग की दुनिया में, how do things work? Let us say you are Chota Shakil, you are Dawood Ibrahim, you are Bada Shakil. There must be a Bada Shakil if there is a Chota. Okay? Now, say these guys are working together. Okay, he is the underling. You were Chota Shakil, right? So he is the underling of Dawood Ibrahim. Okay, so on his orders, this guy is maintaining a certain empire, underworld empire in Mumbai. He has his own thing going, Bada Shakil. Okay, now what is the nature of relationship between all these guys? भाई लोग में भाईचारा है या otherwise? There is a lot of intense competition amongst the different gangsters for fiefdom, territory, control, right? So say there's kind of a gang war going between you were Bada Shakil, between Bada Shakil gang and the Dawood Ibrahim gang, right? And then this Chota Shakil, he feels that I'm not getting my due. I'm raking in so much revenue, and Dawood ji is not letting me rise up in life. So what does he do? He wants to venture out on his own. Are you with me? So he now tries to establish his own empire. So what will he do? Dawood. He will try to eliminate him. ऐसे कैसे अपनी वो खड़ी कर लेगा empire? So what will you do, Chota Shakil? So you will seek the refuge of Bada Shakil. Are you with me? And together you will try to eliminate Dawood Bhai. In other words, friends, in amongst gangsters, how it works, there's a lot of violence, competition, etc. amongst them, and lot of plotting, etc., etc. One gangster offering protection to the other against another, and so on and so forth. Yes or no? And it's quite similar in the family. परिवारों में भी कुछ इसी प्रकार का होता है. For example, if you have seen any of the Ekta Kapoor serials, have you seen? Veerani Khandan and this Khandan and that Khandan, right? These are very big, elaborate family dramas. And what do you have there? You have the Badi Bahu and her husband forming one gang. The Choti Bahu and her husband forming another gang. The Majli Bahu and her husband forming another gang. And then you have the Babaji, Babuji, Baba and Babuji, sorry, right? Like the patriarchs, they have a gangish thing going on of their own. Are you with me? And a lot of power plays there between these different gangs in the family. So each Bahu would try to curry the favor of the Sas, the matriarch. Are you with me? So, if the Majli Bahu, the middle daughter-in-law, makes pasandida laddus for the Sasuma, what will the younger daughter-in-law do? She will replace chini with namak. Yes or no? So there's a lot of plotting, etc. going on amongst the members of a family. Have you all seen family dramas or no? Otherwise it's difficult to understand society. But it's not just about, these exaggerated portrayals in serials. In fact, it's there even in nuclear family units. In fact, that's what he had in mind. Even in nuclear family units. Members of the family commit, if not physical violence, emotional violence against each other. Members of the family act like gangsters and commit emotional violence against each other. एक सेंटेंस लिखिए. A family can act as इनकी किताब का नाम है द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ द फैमिली. द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ द फैमिली. दैट्स द नेम ऑफ लेंग्स बुक. The family can act as gangsters, offering each other mutual protection. A family can act as gangsters, offering each other mutual protection against each other's violence. Against each other's violence. बुक का नाम है द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ द फैमिली. See, there is a very strong nexus between the members of a family. There is a very strong nexus. Nexus matlab a very strong emotional bond between the members of the family. Right? Particularly, there is a very strong nexus between the father and the son. Meaning what? That what the father thinks of him greatly matters to the son, greatly affects the son. Are you with me? So what will the father do? He will commit emotional violence against the son. इतने घटिया नंबर आए हैं, नाक कटा दी. यस और नो? पंडल पे गिटार खराब बजाया, फैमिली की इज्जत डुबा दी. आर यू विद मी? एंड दिस ग्रेटली अफेक्ट्स who? The son. Then who will come to the rescue of the son against the emotional violence of the father? The mother. She will offer her protection. In some form of justification, rationalizing, etc. तो क्या हुआ नंबर नहीं आए तो? स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छा है मेरा बेटा. Yes or no? गिटार नहीं बजा उस दिन, म्यूजिक सिस्टम खराब था. Whatever. इसकी क्या गलती है? Are you with me? So, the mother, who is a gangster in her own right, will offer protection to the son from the emotional violence of the father. Are you with me? Likewise, just when things go wrong between a husband and wife. Now, husband-wife relationship, again, it's a very intimate one. You're engaged in sexual relation. You are, it's like a socially sanctioned, approved sexual relationship. So many things. You've birthed children together. So it's a very close and intimate relationship between a man and his wife. But it can also be very toxic. So when things go wrong, and they do, couples do not mince words while accusing and berating the other. Yes or no? So आप सामने वाले में, अपने स्पाउस में 10, 50, 100 गलतियां निकाल देते हो. A lot of emotional violence. तुम ऐसे हो, तुमने वैसा किया था, तुम्हारी माँ ने ऐसा किया था, पूरे खानदान की हिस्ट्री एंड चार्जशीट निकल आती है. Are you with me? So what will the father do? He'll go to the child. मैं अच्छा पापा हूं ना? Seeking emotional protection. Are you with me? Validation. Are you with me? फिर बच्चा 2 पुच्चियां दे देता है, तुम्हें लगता है लाइफ सेट है. That is what happens in a family. Have you guys felt this? Particularly, say, among same-sex siblings. How do you feel when your same-sex sibling is reprimanded or scolded by the parents? Nothing is more satisfying. Really. You feel जीवन सफल हो गया कि उसको डांट पड़ गई. वाई? बिकॉज उसको डांट पड़ी मतलब मैं रिलेटिवली बेटर हो गया. आई शाइन इन कंपैरिजन. द मोर माई सिबलिंग इज पुट डाउन. सो वी रेलिश इन द पेन ऑफ आवर फैमिली मेंबर्स. आर यू विद मी? ये होती है हमारी गैंगस्टरों वाली फैमिली. You know, when Ling died, his son very caustically commented. He said that our relationship, referring to his relationship with his father, he said, our relationship has greatly improved since the death of my father. ठीक है? मतलब there was no scope for improvement while he was alive, so it has somewhat improved after he has died. खैर, डेविड कूपर. ये और हदें पार कर देते हैं. इनकी किताब का नाम है द डेथ ऑफ द फैमिली. द डेथ ऑफ द फैमिली. परिवार की मौत की घोषणा इन्होंने कर दी. बहुत जरूरी है द डेथ ऑफ द फैमिली. वाई? प्लीज अप्रिशिएट. अकॉर्डिंग टू कूपर, you know, every child is a bundle. लिखना छोड़ो ना, सुन लो ना. Every child is a bundle of possibilities, friends. Every child has immense potential. He could be literally anything that he would set his eyes on. He could be a revolutionary. He could be a poet. He could be a TV star. बचपन में क्या बनना चाहते थे? ये नेमलेस फेसलेस ब्यूरोक्रेट्स बनना चाहते थे क्या? क्या बनना चाहते थे बताओ? पायलट. आसमान की ऊंचाइयां छूना चाहते थे. क्या बनना चाहते थे? मोगली. हाँ, व्हाई नॉट? दैट्स सच अ वाइल्ड एंड एडवेंचरस नॉवल काइंड ऑफ अ थॉट. कि जंगल में वो करना चाहते थे. और क्या बनना चाहते थे हम बचपन में? क्रिकेटर्स. कितने सारे तो क्रिकेटर्स के कौन कौन बनना चाहते थे? रेज योर हैंड्स. सो मेनी. और बताइए. फुटबॉलर लाइक रोनाल्डो या मेसी और ऑल ऑफ दीज गाइज. और एक्ट्रेस बनना चाहते थे. इतने सारे क्रिकेटर्स और एक्ट्रेस और मोगली और रेवोल्यूशनरीज एंड पोएट्स एंड सुपरस्टार्स एटसेट्रा जो दुनिया में होते अब नहीं रहे. हैव बीन किल्ड बाय हु? आवर लविंग family. So the family kills the individuality, kills the potential, kills the creativity, kills the passion which is inherent in every child. डिक्टेट भी कर दूंगा, पहले समझ लें. डिक्टेट भी कर दूंगा. यस और नो? एक बात बताओ, जब फैमिलीज ने हमारे अंदर के क्रिकेटर, एक्ट्रेस और रोनाल्डो एंड मोगली को मारा, डिड दे डू इट लाइक वेरी अग्रेसिवली एंड वायलेंटली? नहीं. फैमिली जब ये कत्लेआम करती है बड़ी सफाई से करती है. यस और नो? पता भी नहीं लगता कि कब, और एकदम काम तमाम कर देती है. पता भी नहीं लगता कब और एकदम खत्म कर दिया. जैसे हलाल होता है ना, मतलब कि कंप्लीट एंड फुल दिस थिंग. सो दे डोंट इंपोज इट. दे पॉसिबली डिडंट बीट यू, But what happens? We interiorize the family. We interiorize the family. So we make the expectations, the aspirations of the family as our own. Yes or no? अगर मान लीजिए आपका नाम रजत गुप्ता है, तो रजत इंडिविजुअल आप नहीं रहे. रजत का क्या हुआ? मर्डर हुआ है. आप कौन बन गए हो? मिस्टर गुप्ता एंड मिसेस गुप्ता की एस्पिरेशंस एंड एक्सपेक्टेशंस का एक बंडल. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर हियर. बहुत समझाया होगा, कितने ही क्रिकेटर्स बनते हैं, क्या करियर है, कितनी ही लोग एक्ट्रेस के रूप में सफल होंगी. यस और नो? 4 दिन की खूबसूरती का वो करियर होता है, उसमें भी तुम्हारा क्या ही चांस है. बहुत ही समझा समझा के, प्यार से पुचकार के, आपके महत्वाकांक्षाओं का, आपके सपनों का गला घोट दिया. किसने? हमारी प्यारी फैमिली ने. क्लियर? अब लिखो. डेविड कूपर इन हिज बुक द डेथ ऑफ द फैमिली writes that every child has the potential to be an artist, a visionary, a revolutionary. This potential is crushed by the family. Full stop. Interiorization of the family. Interiorization of the family leads to the murder of the individual. Cooper writes that and I quote in quotation marks, bringing up a child is bringing down a person. Bringing up a child is bringing down a person. Quotes close. ठीक? तो ये होती है फैमिली. इस फैमिली को प्यार करेंगे हम. ठीक है? मतलब जब आप बच्चा रेज करते हो तो आप उसकी इंडिविजुअलिटी को, उसको खत्म कर देते हो, जो उसमें इनेट पोटेंशियल है. यस और नो? बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. गाइज डोंट हेट योर फैमिलीज. ओके, कहीं फोन करके लड़ लो कि पता है आपने क्या क्या किया हमारे साथ. यू नो, डेविड कूपर Interestingly, after writing this book, he literally went crazy. Or in his own words, he said, I went through a physical and spiritual crisis. Huh? And who tended to him during that period of crisis? It was his family. Especially his brother, his bhabhi, they took good care of him. Huh? And he acknowledges that. He says they took care of me like a true family. ठीक है? चलो.